Commander, in my last video we talked about FOMO and why chasing every new character and team can be dangerous for your roster. Today I'm going deeper. I'll break down my build plan, which teams I'm focusing on, which ones I'm holding off on, and most importantly, why. We'll also take a look at the individual members of the Insidious, Superior, Sinister Six, and the Infestation, their kits, synergies, and long-term values.
Hard, no cash to spend, free to play till the very
Now, before we dive in, a quick note: there won't be an event guide video this week because I'm on vacation, but don't worry, there will be a written breakdown, and you'll find that plus links to my event spreadsheet over on the Jetson Squad Discord. Link for that will be in the description down below. So let's start with the Insidious Six. This will be a core build priority. Scorpion, Hobgoblin, and Superior Spider-Man, plus the reworked Vulture and Shocker. Their new kits add Raid Power, War Strength, Cosmic Crucible Strength, and a butt ton of synergy with each other. So let's break down the new members. And first up we have Scorpion, and Scorpion is a bleed engine. His basic spreads debuffs, his ultimate is going to hit all enemies applying bleed, and even reduces safeguard and other buffs if bleeds are present. His passive will keep piling bleeds on the field and strips those key defensive buffs. He's perfect for war and raid utility and scales hard when surrounded by his Insidious Six allies. Hobgoblin brings speed and some nasty control. His special flips all positive effects into negative effects, repeats this up to 3 times and can't be blocked. Plus, if he kills someone, they can't be revived. His ultimate adds trauma in raids, shutting down those cleanses, and it can't miss when he has allies. He's a debuff spreader and a finisher, very strong for raids and war and Cosmic Crucible. Superior Spider-Man is the backbone of the Insidious Six. He's fast, triple tagged, he makes the team raid ready. His special is overloaded, it applies ability block, flips negatives on allies into positives, gives safeguard and evade, and heals the whole squad. His ultimate adds more healing, regeneration, and ability energy, especially for those Insidious Six members. And his passive, he gives team-wide immunity at the start of battle. Heals allies whenever debuffed enemies get hit, which is going to really come in useful with Scorpion. And with full synergy, he lowers the enemy dodge chance by 100%. He is what ties this team together. Put together, these three are the engine of the team. Scorpion is going to keep those bleeds rolling, Hobgoblin is going to flip and finish people off, and Superior Spider-Man will enable the whole squad with heals, energy, and control. All we need to do is add in the reworked Shocker and Vulture for extra synergy, and this makes them a raid team that can easily sim their nodes. The only open question is how the Annihilation raids at difficulties 8 and 9 will be handled, as those nodes should have team traits on them, and with only 3 members with that trait, how do we get Shocker and Vulture in? But based on these kits, this team is a safe, long-term investment. Superior Spider-Man and Scorpion are both unique as they belong to 3 different team tags. At first glance, this looks like endless flexibility, but there's a catch. To really unlock the full strength of their kits, each of them needs at least 2 other Insidious Six members around. That might sound restrictive, but actually it's a blessing in disguise. Instead of over-investing across over a dozen Sinister Six and Infestation characters, you can selectively build the ones that maximize this triple tag synergy and avoid wasting resources on the weaker links. Now, the Sinister Six and Superior Six are clearly sticking around. Blogs like All the Goblins Men and Masterminds of Mayhem have made that pretty clear. But here's the key: I'm only focusing on members that directly boost Superior Spider-Man. That way I get value out of the tag without throwing resources at dead weight. So what are the characters to watch? Well, firstly is Green Goblin Classic. With a blazing speed of 128 and extra speed bar from Superior Spider-Man in Crucible, Goblin rockets out of the gate. He flips enemy buffs and adds max health to the team. He becomes a reliable disruptor. Kraven the Hunter essentially turns your Insidious Superior Six squad into a mini Infinity Watch, only with slightly better stats. His passive provides Safeguard, which pairs perfectly with Superior Spider-Man's team-wide immunity. That combo is nasty. Mysterio. He adds max health to Spider-Verse allies, and when paired with Superior Spider-Man and one other Superior Six member, denies enemies immunity on spawn. That can swing matchups before the first move. And finally, we have Lizard. This is a very niche candidate, but in war, he is going to pair well with Shocker, getting a speed buff. Outside of that, his value is going to drop off pretty quickly. Now, I made the mistake of letting some of these characters fall behind, and it's limited my roster options. Learn from me, Commander. Build the right members, skip the filler, and you'll maximize your triple tag strategy without burning through your resources. And speaking of burning through your resources, I think it's about time we discuss the two elephants in the room: Infestation and the Secret Warriors. When I first saw the Infestation tag on Scorpion, I'll admit my eyes lit up. I thought maybe this could be another war defense squad to replace one of my weaker old stat meta defenses. But as more kits were revealed, it became clear the team was doomed before it even began. Now, I'm not saying Infestation is a bad war defense team. The issue is that some of the characters we used to rely on as cheap counters back during Infestation's first incarnation, I'm looking at you, Shocker and Vulture, have both been reworked. Combine that with the mechanics of the counter team, and it's unlikely the current Infestation will really hold up. What they might do, however, is punish opponents who let their hard counters, like Nowhere, sit at level 90, 95, or even 100. If your Infestation is built up to 105, it could catch these commanders out. For me though, this is still a clear do not build. Part of that is because my big time Spider-Man is benched, and the other part is simply conserving resources for teams with more long-term value. Now let's talk Secret Warriors. Phantom Rider leads the squad along with Domino, Yo-Yo, Negasonic, and Quake. On paper, Phantom Rider is absolutely loaded. Self-revive, trauma, buff prevention, bleed spreading, and punishing enemy deaths. In war offense, he looks like an absolute monster. But here's the issue for free-to-play players. Phantom Rider is almost certainly a Battle Pass exclusive, which means a 6-week wait before you can even think about fully using him. And then there's the rest of the team: Yo-Yo, Quake, Negasonic, Domino. Not exactly in peak shape on my roster, and more importantly, not required for the Age of Annihilus progression. So for now, I'm in wait and see mode. I'll keep an eye on how they play out, but I'm not rushing resources into them. So Commander, here is the roadmap. Insidious 6 is my top build. Superior Spider-Man is a triple tag powerhouse worth prepping for. Sinister Six members are going to be selectively upgraded. Infestation could be a defensive tax, but are definitely on hold. And Secret Warriors, again, are on hold. Focus your resources wisely and build for long-term value, not short-term hype. What's your build plan after these blogs? Drop your thoughts below, or come hang out in the Jetson Squad Discord. Link is always in the description down below, where you can share ideas, get resources, and of course, stay positive. And if you want to sharpen your roster even further, you'll find more team building guides waiting for you right here.